So you guys were I'm hearing all you guys wanted the theme song shortened, so here we go. This girl reviews movies, games, and books. Sometimes she plays them. So does that, and when she does it with the cat, does that make her crazy? Does that make her crazy? Probably. So, it's shorter. There you go. Crazy Cat Lady or Martha Butler does not own any trailers or pictures. I use them under fair educational for and entertainment purpose. It's like that's all they did. Well, those years ago. See? No, I don't want to do any more of it.
Alright, everyone, Martha here, and yes, sadly, we lost our favorite Huckleberry, Val Kilmer. So, in honor of him, I watched Willow. If you don't remember what Willow is, I mean the Red Willow, not the one that had that series that came out a couple years ago that you can't really watch anymore. I mean the movie, because Val Kilmer's not in that one because he was too sick to be. But yep, I watched it. I already did a review of Tombstone when Bill Paxton died. So I would have if I didn't have already done. So just talking about Willow. What's that movie? Movies I've seen with him besides Willow, like was Tombstone. I saw Top Gun. I just recently watched when he played the guy from the lead singer from The Doors, and I seen the Batman Forever. I also seen Prince of Egypt, and if there's any other ones, let me know. But I'm pretty sure those are the ones I've seen that he's in. I might do what I did when Robin Williams passed away. There's a couple movies, like when he passed away, I decided to watch a whole bunch of movies I had not seen before. So I might start doing that with Val Kilmer. But in this movie, can't believe that it came out a year before I was born. But it's basically,
she was in her hiding spot and she came out.
So it's basically George Lucas's version of like Lord of the Rings. So that's what it reminds me of. It has a lot of like Snow White vibes because the witch is afraid of a baby stopping her. So, and only ones that get stopped we can help the baby is a dwarf named Willow, and he's also a sorcerer. He's still learning how to be one. A criminal named Malgictus, I think his name is. And we also have two little guys who are brownies, and they meet a old lady who got transformed into like one of those flying squirrels or something. I'm trying to remember what they're called, but it's like some type of rodent by the evil witch. And the baby is destined to be queen of the kingdom and take over and stop the evil queen from being in charge, because she's really powerful, so you can turn people into pigs and just turn people into animals basically, and has these weird things that remind me of javelinas, because where I live there's javelinas, to go after the nursemaid who helped the mom to deliver, who most likely got killed after her, and she puts the baby on top of like some weed, just like they did with Moses in the Bible. We have Willow's kids, who I think one of these kids is actually Warwick Davis's daughter, and he tries to hide the baby, and he has to go into a performance where he has to prove himself to see if he's worthy to be the next sorcerer of the village. But yeah, the present sorcerer tells him that you have to pick a finger, but all of them failed, and so there'd be no new sorcerer. And also he did this trick where he had to make a pig disappear, and because he uses this later on with the baby at the very end of the movie, but he chooses wrong, and then those pig things come and attack the village, and realizes that they can't keep the baby there, so he has to go and tell everybody else in the village about the baby. And they pick several of them to go and take to humans and get them in to find out who can help the baby. And they find Maledictus, where his name is, the one Val Kilmer plays here, inside of a cage. Because back in those days, when you did something wrong, you get punished or tortured for when you do a crime. And he apparently he stole something, and he was inside one of those cages where you literally rot to death. And he was kept on asking for food and offered, "I'll take care of the baby." And eventually, some of them do end up leaving where Willow and a couple of his friends and one of his friends to stay there with him. And then he helps the guy after mostly everybody else is turning down the baby, and he gives it to him. But then after they leave and decide to go home, we see these little creatures on top of an owl who have grabbed the baby after I really hope I can say his name right. It's just so hard to say. Mal has a break. And then a big fairy tells Willow, "You are destined to take care of this baby and deliver it home so it can do its destined job." Her name is Alora, and it's her job and that's what she has to do. And so two of the brownies goes with him, and the other dwarf goes home. And so it's Willow and two of the brownies to go and help them. The guys who play the brownies do a good job, but sometimes you can tell that these guys are definitely there with green screen. But it's an old movie, but there's sometimes that you can actually see the lines that they put around them for these two actors to make them be small and be in front of all these people. I think they do the best job they can with those guys. And they are pretty funny. And they find Mal in another village where he's dressed as a woman, hiding, having fun with a woman, and accusing her husband. And we have a bunch of the guards who work for the evil queen, including her daughter, looking for the baby, since those dumb pig things can't do their job properly. And they go after them, and they have to leave and to get away from them. They're on a cart where we have a Wilhelm scream a couple times when they're fighting. Willow is not happy with him driving as fast as he was. They lose two of the tires during the fight, and they end up being eventually the baby does get captured by the soldiers, and they have to go and save them. Mal gets captured, and so does Willow, and gets taken to they get unhooked by the brownies as help, since they don't have them tied up. And they get hit by Mal ends up before he goes and tries to save Alora from the queen's daughter. He gets hit by a love spell that the brownies have. And one of the other brownies had it on him, and he fell in love with a cat. Here Mal falls in love with the queen's daughter and says poetry things to her and tries to kiss her, but he's supposed to save Alora. So eventually they do get Alora on there, and Willow and him get on top of like a shield thing to get him out of there, and goes into another village where the army that helps them out, and the guy who calls him a thief later on is there, and he decides to help them save the baby by hiding underneath in the basement of a house. Around this time, the queen's daughter doesn't have second thoughts because of all the things that he said to her, even though he was under a spell. Eventually, the lead soldier gets the baby and heads back, and the queen asks, "Where's my daughter?" and says that your daughter has betrayed you. While this is going on, Willow does go and talk to an old lady named Rita, who is in a form of I know it's something from Australia. Rodent from Australia. It's not a koala, but I know it's something like that. And she tells him to transform her back into a human by using the wand that the fairy gave him. But he keeps on doing it wrong. He turns into a bird. Then he ends up turning her into a goat. But eventually he does get it. But it does take him a few tries to get it. But she's with them. And Willow, when they get to the castle, she tells him in the goat form to use the spell because she knows the queen's going to do something to the humans, which is right. She turns them all into pigs, but Willow is finally able to, after many more tries, turns her back into a human, and she turns all the humans that were turned into pigs, including the brownies, back into humans. And they all come with a plan to have them hide while Willow and the old lady tricks them into having a couple of the soldiers open the gate so they can get in. And they end up beating them all. Sadly, Belle's friend gets getting killed by the head soldier who has a skull for a mask. But it's up to him to beat the skull guy. And it's up to the two old ladies to fight against each other. But sadly, the witch is not able to beat him. So now it's up to Willow to be the one who beats her by using a trick that he did back at the beginning of the movie with the pig. And she also gets the wand, and she accidentally spilled a big paint and makes her Bankses herself. But both the princesses are able to be in charge, and the movie ends. Now, I do like this movie. It's really good. I'm probably going to give it a 8 out of 10. Let's find out who directed it. I know George Lucas was in charge of it, but I think it's Ron Howard who was in charge of who directed it. So let's see. Ron Howard, who also directs he directed The Hollow 13, How the Grinch Stole Christmas. He did some work on the Twilight Zone. I thought he directed nope, that's a different guy. Okay, so it wasn't him, but yep, that's who directed this one. We also have Warwick Davis, who played Willow. Mad Martin Len, that's who Val Kilmer plays. Hopefully I can say his name right. Jodis Willers plays Sola, who's the queen's daughter. Julie Peters, who played Willow's wife. Jean Marla, who plays the evil queen. Kevin Port and Rick over on. Okay, so there. Do you guys enjoyed this? Like, favorite, and subscribe. And we'll miss you, Val. Nobody can be our Huckleberry and look good while dressed like a woman. Other than sad. I did not know about this one while I was looking for pictures for the actors who are on here. We also lost the Queen in here, who was played by Jean Masson. She's also in Return to Oz. I think she plays the nurse in that one. But, and also, I guess she was also in Cleopatra, that old movie. And let's see, one of King Arthur's movies, a Connecticut Yankee and King Arthur's Court. So I just want to add that to this video. We'll miss her too. The wrong wines, but you do a good job too. So we miss you guys both. So like, favorite, and subscribe, guys. Bye bye. And if you guys do want to see my two favorite scenes of him, I have a short out there of so I don't have to worry about getting claimed on here. So bye bye.